Good evening, everyone. It's nice to be here again. Okay. Do we have people online? If you are with us online, can you type yes, Y-E-S? So I know how many people we have online. If you are with us online, Y-E-S. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the yeses are coming in. Okay, the yeses are coming in. Yes. Also, if you are online and you listen to the last training, the one we had on January 2nd, which was the first episode of this, if you're online and you listen to that, type okay. Because if you have not listened to the last edition and you are here, you might be dragging us back a little. Okay. So if you are in the room and you listen to the last edition or you were present at the last edition, can I see your hands up? Okay, that's a great one. Because it's really a great one to have continuity and not break as we are moving with the program. Okay, so just before I go to today's topic, it will be a good one for at least someone in the house, since we are here, to tell us one thing you learned the last time, but not just what you learned. I will be more interested in what you have put into action since you learned it. Anybody? At least what you have put into action. Because one of the things I want us to understand as we go through these lessons is this. It is not the knowledge that you have that really counts. What really counts is what you do with the knowledge. We know a lot of things, but what do we actually do? Anybody? Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Okweoluwa Moses. I actually came late that very day, so I think I missed a lot. But however, I was able to get some things like how to deal with people when you put your products out there and how people will respond to it, how you can place value on what you have as a product, and how people will surely respond to it when you call for the training. So that was a little thing I was able to get, and hopefully today I'll get something better.
Thank you. Thank you, Okwe. I really appreciate. Okay, so we spoke about intentionality the last time, and today we will go ahead with the law of awareness. If you have the hard copy of the book 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John Maxwell, it's a good read. Most of the teachings are based on the principles, and I try to explain it as much as possible in clear terms in my own way and how it has affected my life and the people I develop. I've sent a soft copy to the team to share, so I hope they've done that. So loss of awareness. You see, a lot of things that we know, a lot of words that are out there, sometimes we think we know the meaning, but we don't know. And the reason why we don't know the meaning of those words is because we just accept them hook, line, and sinker the way we were taught even from primary school, or the way or the meaning of that word to us from the first day we heard it. I know, simply stated, awareness is the state whereby we become well informed about something, where we have no doubt about that particular condition. And awareness, at that point in time, awareness will help us decide what to do. I remember back when I was very young, I think I was maybe in primary school, about entering primary school then. It was 1988, January, just I think January 2nd, 3rd. And back then, we used to use all this calendar on the wall and old almanac. So my mom hung 1988 calendar on the wall, and I was busy questioning her and arguing with her. Why did you change this thing to 1988? All this while that I've known, we've always been in 87. Why did we change to 88? She said, yes, every year it changes from January to December. I'm like, no, it's not supposed to change. Why do we change? She shall explain. After a while, I just felt that understanding. Okay, so this thing will change once we get to another December. She said, yes. At that instant, that was when I became aware that there is actually 1 year. Forget all the things we learned, 365 days, make 1 year. It was just cramming at that point in time. I didn't fully understand that the season will change from when it's December 31st to January 1st, that we actually get another year. But that was the point where I really understood that yes, the year changes. But before then, guess what? I could recite 7 days make 1 week, 365 days make 1 year. It was just recitation. It doesn't mean anything to me then. What am I trying to say? The same way we are now, there are a lot of things we know by heart, but we don't actually understand. The day you become aware of a particular thing, you will have what I call like an eureka moment. You'll be like, oh, this is what we are trying to do. This is what they have been saying. And I'm sure those of you listening online and those of you here, you will have had those moments in your life where it will just occur to you as if someone pull a veil off your eyes to say, this is what we have been trying to say. So for me, nothing else describes awareness more than those times when you feel you have that eureka moment of, yes, I now understand what you are trying to say. And once you do that, what happens? You can decide. You won't have any form of doubt in your mind anymore. Now, the law of awareness simply states that you must know yourself to grow yourself. Imagine, just like I mentioned about the calendar, how do I know my age if I don't know that the year changes? I probably will not know. So for a kid, the moment they know that year changes, then they know when their next birthday is. Until they know that, they cannot grow in knowledge of actually how old they are. That's why one of my boys that is 3-year-old, if you ask him today might be 2-year-old. You ask him tomorrow, he might tell you he's 11 years old. Why? Because he has not come to the awareness of the calendar year. The very moment he does that, he will not do that again. So to grow yourself, you must actually know yourself. And to grow yourself, there are certain things you must know. I love this quote by Nathaniel Branden, who is a Canadian-American psychotherapist and writer. He says, the first step towards change is awareness. And second step is acceptance. For you to grow, you have to change. And for you to change, you have to be aware of some things about yourself. It's after that you can accept what you know, then move forward. There are 6 things you must do you must be aware of to grow yourself. And number 1, I will say your strength. How many of us actually know our strength? Are we actually aware of our strength? Have you lived a time where you become like, oh, now I know my strength? One of the ways I try to describe people's strength is whoever you are as human being, is either you are a night person, or you are a morning person, or you are a day person. Meaning, there will be times of the day within that 24 hours that you'll be most active. But it's possible that you have never thought of that up till now. You see, those times when you are the most active, that is when you need to do the best work of the day, the work that will actually grow you, your personal growth and development time. That's when it should be, because you are at your best at that time. For some people, no matter how tired they are, by 4:35 without alarm, they are awake. And they can have that energy till like 11 a.m., 12. Once it's after 12, they are just struggling throughout the day. For some, until it's like 11 a.m. before they start having that energy, push it to around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. For someone like me, my own energy starts about that 2, 3 p.m. till like 2, 3 a.m. In fact, sometimes like 4, 5 a.m. Yeah. So by middle of that hour, which is like 10 p.m., 11, that's when I'm at my highest. And I knew this as far back as when I was in secondary school. For those of us that understand Yoruba language, when I was in secondary school, one of my nicknames was Agboru. What do you mean by Agboru? Meaning someone that doesn't sleep overnight. The moment I know that, you know what I did? I just started reading overnight every time. I start reading from like 9, 10 p.m. to like 2, 3 a.m. before I go to bed. Fine. Sometimes I will have to go to school late. But the reward was higher. So imagine me sleeping like every other normal person at that point in time. I am wasting my most active period. And that really helped me a lot. I will tell you about this some other days. So you must know the time of the day within 24 hours that you are at your peak. Is awareness. As I've told you now, if you really think about it, you'll be like, yes, so there's a particular 6 hours to 8, 12 hours that I will be awake and I will feel like taking on the world. Never ever joke with those periods of time in your life. Those are your most stretching time. Okay? Sometimes you need to know what motivates you. What motivates me might not be what motivates you. It's part of your strength that you need to know. Fine, everybody is motivated by money. But you'll be surprised that a lot of things out there motivate people more than money. For some people, they are motivated by challenges. Some, they are motivated by control. Some, what motivates them is the reward of popularity. Someone motivates them is because they know that they are going to have fun. Some, what motivates them is not even the money you are paying them, but the fact that it's going to be a stable job or a stable source of income. Some people will take 1,000 naira every month over 5,000 naira once. Why? Because they just believe that I would rather get that 1,000 naira January to December. And some people would take it, okay, just give me 5,000, let me do it once. You can go. So different things motivate people. What motivates you in terms of your strength? All this you need to know so that you can be aware. And the moment you are aware, then you can accept it and start moving and building up on that. Another thing that we need to be aware is our weaknesses. Especially one of the weaknesses we all have is the times where we become angry. Is there anybody in this house that has never been angry before? I'm sure some of us have already been angry today. Now, in your moments of anger, what type of weakness do you show? We've known people that they are always looking stressed and looking angry and their face is not smiling. But it is when they are angry that they start smiling. We know people that they smile, and when they are angry, you see the anger on their face. Some people, they are always smiling. When they are angry, they will start crying. I've seen that. Do you know how you behave when you are angry? If you don't know, then how do you control your weakness? Because it will always come. Back in the days, I know that whenever I'm angry, I shout at people. But guess what? The moment I become aware, do you know what I do? I just keep quiet. Because I come to realize that when I'm angry and you and I have issues, if someone else asks you, what happened? What did he say? You say, he didn't say anything. That is the only thing you will say about me. Because anything that I've said at that point in time, you could say I said anything different. You could, as in, I could even outburst. And you could misquote me too because you were angry. So you need to be aware of your weaknesses. For some people, you need to be aware of your weaknesses in terms of your fear. What are you afraid of? In fact, you'll be surprised that people that are looking at you, some of your colleagues at work, some of the people that you sell markets to, they actually know these things about you and they use it to play on your intelligence, but you might not know. For some people, they don't like being taken for granted. For some, they don't like losing their security. For some, they don't like losing their friendship. There are people that are in lots of relationship and friendship that even if you start beating them from now to tomorrow, they will not leave. And their partner knows because they know that it is their weakness and they are afraid of it. And you might not know. For some people, they flare up when you don't recognize them. And for some people, their fear is that they must always be correct or whatever they say. You'll see people arguing, and this one says, no, what that is not correct, and you will flare up. The other guy will be like, what did I say? I only said you are not correct. When such things happen, it's because of that other guy. His weakness is that nobody should tell him that he is not right. Do you know what yours is when in terms of what are the kind of fears you have? All this, you need to study yourself. As I tell you now, I'm sure you will know. Another thing is interest. People have different interests. So awareness, right, is one of those things that can highly contribute to what you have in your life in terms of level of success. For me, one of the things when it comes to interest is this. I've had this principle since forever, and I think secondary school also. I don't go to places where I am not highly needed, or I need things that I will highly gain. So when you see me in a place, it's either I'm highly needed or I will gain something very much there. You can call it being selfish. It's okay. But guess what? Will you ever, if you see food in a place, will you ever eat the best of the food or you will eat the worst of the food? At any point in time, you want to take the best of the food to eat, and that is to your physical body. Then why do you treat your mind, your spirit, your soul that will provide even better food for you with any form of gatherings? I didn't say you should not go out, but I know people that will go to Owambe almost every Saturday. Even the one that they know the celebrant or not. It's just synonymous to you eating any kind of food you see. How will your health be? So don't just waste your time going up and down to every gathering if you are not needed or if you don't have something to contribute or you are not gaining from it. Because at the end of the day, you are going to be what? Imbibing things that you don't need into your mind. So you should know what interests you. Do you like traveling? Do you like teaching? For me, I like traveling. It's one of the ways I've been able to establish some things. I love maths. I love teaching and equipping people. That's why I'm here. And it's also a sort of business for me. So when you know your interest, it's easier for you to develop goods and services in that area. One other thing you need to know is opportunities. What are the opportunities out there and around you? One of the greatest opportunities around us is people. Napoleon Hill, an author, says, every adversity, every failure, every headache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. There are a lot of opportunities around us, but it comes as bad circumstances. The past COVID was one of them. A lot of people did not see it as opportunity, but after COVID, we saw that a lot of people also cashed out from it. People that saw it as what? An opportunity. Because every adversity and every failure, in fact, human beings are known to be more successful when they have negative occurrences in their lives. That is when people usually have their never again moments, their turning point. Also, you need to know where you are and where you want to be. I imagine some years back, I think that was about my first year in school. There is this friend of mine that lives somewhere around Agege. I've been there a couple of times. Then this time around, I was going there. It's already in the evening, going towards late in the night. For some reason, I lighted at the wrong bus stop, like maybe a couple of bus stops before the number. I didn't even know it was the wrong bus stop. At that point in time, I got down, left, right. None of them look familiar. Okay, fine. I have an idea of where I'm going. But right now, I have no idea where I am. And it's not in the days of Google map that you can actually try and trace yourself. I didn't even know the name of the bus stop I am. In fact, I don't know the name of the street I'm going. I just know that, okay, from this bus stop, I know how to. That was how we used to describe places in those days. There's no street number, nothing, no house number. Oh, when you get turn left, turn right, go. So I was completely lost. Even if I knew where I was going, the fact that I don't know where I am at that point in time, it was written all over me that I don't even, it took me like 30 minutes before I could navigate to where I know. A lot of us, that's how we live our daily lives. We actually don't know where we are today. So if you don't know where you are today, then how do you want to realize your plan? What will be your growth plan? And the reason why we don't know why we are here today is because we don't know our strength, We don't know our weaknesses. We don't know the opportunities around us. We don't even know what interests us. If I ask you today, what are you afraid of? You probably don't know. But every human being has one or two things that they are afraid of. It's normal. It's normal. You will see some people, they will tell you that they are never afraid of being broke. But some people are very afraid of being broke. The same word I will tell you, shut up. If I tell someone else that is even younger than you, the person might be angry. Why? Because that person, that is the fear button in him or her that you just touched. So you don't even know the things and the lines that your spouses or your bosses or your customers will tell you that will make you angry because you don't know where you are. So today, take time, write down what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what your interests, what your opportunities. In this area, at least, there are lots of them you can know about yourself. It helps you to become aware of who you are. So you know exactly where you want to start your journey from. Because if what motivates you is challenge and you are busy looking for money up and down, you will get the money, but at the end of the day, you won't still feel fulfilled. I remember reading a story of one of US actress. I think it was Angelina Jolie. Some of you will know her. Even when she was making money from movies and high-paying roles, she still felt that she was not happy. Not until she visited Africa and she saw some kids in need and she started adopting them and taking care of them. That was when she felt fulfilled. How many of you want to take care of extra kids? Even if you have all the money in the world? Maybe no. But guess what? For someone else, that is happiness. So you need to keep looking for your strengths. If you don't know them, your weaknesses, your interests, and your opportunities, it helps you become aware of how to better yourself. You see, in finding your direction and finding yourself, knowing and becoming aware, there are three kinds of people when it comes to finding their direction. For some people, we say they are confused. Why? Because these are the kind of people that know what they would like to do. They are the kind of people that don't know what they would like to do at all. And they are confused. For me, I remember when I was in GS3 going to SS1, I used to have an uncle then, way older than me, very good at sciences. I would always go to him to, teach me the science and all that so that I can enter my SS1 with the knowledge of all the math, physics, and chemistry. All those breaks between GS3 and SS1 is usually long. Each time I go to him, he does not answer me. Now, that is a classical case of I know what I want. Is that not? But I cannot just get it. How do you think I felt? Frustrated. Because I knew that I need this in the next few months. The only way I know how to get it is through this person teaching me, but this person will not teach me. At that point in time, it was one of my never again moments. I've told a lot of people about it. I started reading on my own. And from that time up till now, I can tell you that majority of the things I know, whether sciences or otherwise, I've read it by myself. Just because of that. And until you can move from being confused or frustrated to a state where you become fulfilled, which is a state where you know what you want and you can do it and you are doing it. Even if you are not at the peak of your game. But the fact that you know what you want and you are doing it makes you fulfilled. I want to speak in front of 10,000, 50,000 people at a stadium, maybe anywhere in the world or all around the world. Am I doing it yet? No. But as of today, at least I can speak in front of hundreds of people. Before, it used to be like 5, 10 people. But you can see the progress. This church wants to be bigger than this, but they started from somewhere. They are here today. And they can see progress. Why? Because they know what they want to do and they are doing it. Then you become fulfilled. So don't confuse the state of frustration with the state of being what? Confused. Confused people, if you ask them, so what do you want to do now? They say, I don't know. For those people, they are not even aware. They don't even know what their strength is. They don't even know what the opportunity and what situations they are finding themselves at. They have no idea. They have no clue. They're absolutely confused. But majority of people, I see what happens is frustration. Because they know what they want, but because they are waiting on someone, just like the classical example I gave of myself, waiting on government, waiting on your boss, waiting on your spouse, just waiting. No matter what you want to do today, start small. We know the situation of the country is very bad. But really, if you really look at your state of awareness, you will know that there are people that are doing these things that you want to do. Why don't you go look for them and find a way of partnering with them or working for them? I have 10 questions here. I'll quickly go through them on how you can find your passion and purpose through awareness. And I want you to answer a yes or no to this question as I read them out. Number 1, do you like what you are doing? This is a very simple question of whether yes or no, isn't it? I will tell you that if you don't like what you are doing, you need to examine why you don't like it. Okay? What would you like to do? Do you actually know what you would like to do? Again, write your answer, yes or no. Do you know what you would like to do? Because if you know what you like to do, it's like you matching your passion with your money. Anybody that's doing what they like to do, we have greater advantage over others because nobody will be able to match their energy easily. I've been to work today from 6:30 to almost 5 p.m. Came from Ireland through traffic here, and I'm still talking. Why? Because I have the passion for this, my energy level will always still be here. If this is something I don't have passion for, you will see it on my face that, man, this person is tired. But because this is passion, tiredness will leave you. So operate in where your passion lies. And it will be easier for you to fulfill your destiny because anybody, no matter how successful or how rich you are, if you are not operating in your line of passion, your destiny will not be fulfilled. You will be grumbling. Also, can you do what you would like to do? If you know it, can you do it? It's a yes or no question. Answer that. Next question will be, do you know why you want to do what you would like to do? So if you know it, do you know why you want to do it? Question 5, do you know what to do so you can do what you want to do? Do you know what to do so you can actually do what you want to do? Question 6, do you know people who do what you like to do? Do you know people who do what you like to do? Should you do what you would like to do with these people if you know them? Do you think you should do what you would like to do with people that do similar things that you do? And the reason is this. You see, one of the reasons why a lot of us struggle is because we like to go through life on our own. Now, I don't know what your circumstances are. I don't know what your my problems might be. I don't know. But I can tell you that with the little that you have gotten in the past 30 minutes, you will have changed your awareness and your reasoning in a way. Why? Because whenever you see someone that has a form of knowledge with you, just like electricity, potential, it will always flow from a higher source to a lower source, no matter what that potential, no matter how small that potential is. So when you spend time with people that are already doing what you know how to do, what you want to do, it's easier for you to move along. It's easier for their knowledge to flow from them to you because they have been there before you. That doesn't mean that you will not outdo them over time if you are serious. Over time, you can know more than your master. But at that point in time, when they have already been there, done that before you, move closer to them. It can be in the pages of books if you cannot see them physically, but try not to go at it all by yourself. And there will always be someone you can imitate around you. Number 8, will you pay the price to do what you want to do? And when I say pay price, it's not money. There are a lot of things. It's only a fool that will agree on the concept of nothing for something. There is nothing like that. There is nothing like nothing for something. You will pay. And if you are not careful, you will pay in currencies that even you don't know that you will pay in. And I don't mean money. So at any point in time, when you want to follow your passion, ask yourself, what do you want to pay in? There are some things I choose not to ever do again. Why? It's my form of what? Payment. As it is, you will never ever see me watch football, no matter who is playing. I have come to realize that that's one of the prices I need to what? Pay. Because there are some things I will never be able to do if I am a fan of football and I have to commit hours and hours and hours, day in, week out, years out, to watch those live matches. I won't be able to do them. But tomorrow, I still like watching movies. But I know that I cannot be spending hours to watch movies as my passion, and I spend that same hours again to watch football, and I see another program or something, maybe Owambe, and still go. At the end of the day, where is the time for you to what? To build yourself. So you will pay with time. That is number one. Anything you decide to do, you will pay with what? Time. Secondly, you will also pay in relationship. There are some relationship, whether you like it or not, you will lose because you won't be able to carry everybody along, no matter what you do. So some people, for some of us, the reason why we are not finding our passion, our purpose, is because we are not ready to pay in that time. We are not ready to pay in that relationship. We are not ready to pay in sweat. We are not ready to pay with our focus. We are not paying to pay with other form of sacrifices, which includes waking up in the middle of the night or waking up very early to do that thing that we really want to do. It's not about the money, but you will pay. And the number one thing you will pay with is time, because every human being has equal amount of time, which is 24 hours. So you want to be a better footballer, then you need to spend part of your own 24 hours to train more than an average footballer. When can you start doing what you would like to do? When do you think you can start? The best time to start is yesterday, and another better time is today. So whatever, if you know what you want to do and you have not started yet, you are already late. You need to start like right now, no matter how little, because you will never have everything you need in the world to start that business, to start that movement. You will never have. By the time you have everything you need to start something, then you are already late. And finally, also ask yourself, what will it be like when you get to do what you would like to do? Can you close your eyes and see that future that you are trying to achieve? Yes or no? Having said that, let me take a quick poll. If you answered yes to 8, 9, or 10 of, if you have 8, 9, or 10 yeses, can I see your hands up? 8, 9, or 10. If you are in the group chat, you can answer with yes. 8, 9, or 10. Can I see the hands up? If you have 8, 9, or 10 yeses. One person. Those online, do you have up to 8, 9, or 10 yeses? Okay. If you have 5, 6, or 7 yeses, raise up your hand. 5, 6, or 7. 1, 2, 3, or 4 yeses. That'll be the rest of us. In case you have up to 8, 9, or 10, then you are already moving towards the fulfillment zone. Anything less than that, 5, 6, 7, you are probably in the frustration zone. And anything below 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, you are confused. You still don't know where to start from. That's a simple thing about that. But it all starts with you being what? Aware of things like your strength, things like your weaknesses, like your interest, your opportunities, where you are, and where you want to go. If you know these 6 things, then it makes you to become aware of where you are. To finish this, I'll leave you with a quote from John Maxwell. He says, the 2 most important days in your life is the day you were born and the day you find out why. See, I've experienced this. I'm experiencing this. The day you find out why you are on earth, you will never, ever, ever be bored. You will know that even if you live 1,000 years on earth, there is work for you to be done. You will never sit down and say, I am bored. Because your vision, you will know that for sure is going to outlive you. And you will now spend a day without working on it. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I will take questions. I will still close by 7. Thank you. The microphone. And for those online, you can type in your questions.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you for the lecture. I really take some note with what you have said. But I'm particular concerned the topic you are mentioning, passion, because people are moving away from passion to what people want in these days, because your passion may not be what people want. So what are you going to be about that? If you have a passion to do something and you find out that instead of progressive, you are moving retard. So are you now going to, are we going to create another passion or what? Or how do you scale? How your passion is a progressive? If it's not making profit, it's going to die. So how are you going to really scale it up if your passion is not making profit?
Okay.
Thank you.
So to first answer your question, let me start from the last statement that your passion will die. See, your passion will never die. Even when you move away from it, 50 years from now, you'll be like, and I like doing ABC. Your passion does not have to always be profitable. But whether you like it or not, for you to fulfill your purpose in life, you must do it. If you don't do it, you will always wake up. If you don't find your purpose, if you don't find your passion, or you are not using your passion, you always wake up, and no matter how rich or successful you are, you will still be telling yourself that something is missing. You see, a lot of rich people that are into drugs and they drink themselves to stupor. One of the major reasons is because they don't know their passion. So after making all that money, I have the money. I'm still bored. I have the money. Nothing to do for the rest of the day. What do? You engage in vices. Do you get it? So this is what I tell people. Everybody needs to make money to sustain himself or herself. So I agree that sometimes we need to make money. So whatever you are doing to make your money can be the same thing with your passion, and it may be different. If what you are doing presently now as a source of income is not your passion, it's fine. It's putting food on your table. In fact, you are building house to it. But if you know your passion, if it's for you to go and volunteer, use it. I know a lot of wealthy people that all they do is go from countries to countries with their own money and volunteer for Red Cross and treat sick people. Why? Because they know that there is no other place they can do it other than here. I know people that all they do is they will still go to churches, to streets, and pay people to just clean. Why? They just like places and things being clean. That is what they like. So one of the ways to get fulfilled, and again, I use myself as example a lot when I train people, because you cannot teach people more than your experience or more than what you know. So make sure that whoever is talking to you knows a lot. This that I'm doing to you, I can't do it at my place of work, can I? No, nobody will give you the mic every day and speak for 1 hour on personal development. That's not what I'm paid for at work. But I have to find a way to make sure I do it. That's why I volunteer in places like this. Am I doing it well? Of course. I can tell you that for the rest of the year now, at least for the next 6 months, I'm almost booked every weekend doing this. and not online all over the world and physically in many states in Nigeria. Why? It makes my blood pump. When you wake up in the morning, is one of the ways you will know whether you are fulfilling your passion. How do you feel? If you are like, you wake up in the morning, the moment you touch, your feet touch the ground and you're like, oh, it's a great day. I want to do ABC for people, for myself. If you have that feeling, then you are in your passion. But when you wake up, no matter the morning, like, okay, what are you doing again today? Same thing. Then you are not in your passion yet. So what am I trying to say? Passion and making money are two different things. You can make all the money in the world, like I use the example of Angelina Jolie, but still not being in your passion, and you'll be misbehaving. And you will see people that they will even tell you that they don't even need all the money in the world because they are enjoying what they are doing. I know someone that prefers to stay a secondary school teacher and not go and get job in company because all he or she wants to do is just to teach kids. And the person has opportunity to work in big company, like, you know what? All this 9 to 5, jump up and down. I don't like it. But you see, with these kids, that kind of person will wake up every morning and be eager to go teach again. The money he or she is making, it's fine. So whatever your passion is, please find a way. If you know it, find a way of expressing it immediately. If not, you won't feel like going on with life. Okay? You want to make money? That's another question. But you can also, I don't think there's any passion people have now that you cannot turn to money. Okay? Thank you, sir. Any other person? Okay, I have some questions online. Does having so many interests make one confused? If no, how can one connect all the dots? Okay, it takes time. You can have more than one interest. I have more than one interest. And people that knows me know. You can have more than one interest, but you start somewhere. Start one first. I love traveling. Because of that, when I met my wife, we spoke, we aligned. She started a travel business over 10 years now. I love traveling. I love teaching. I'm doing this. I love math. I support NGOs. We do a lot of things around math. It's possible, but you don't start everything all at once. And guess what? The dot will connect. No matter how separate those passions can be, the dots will what? Connect. Because at the end of the day, what I love is not traveling. What I love is not maths. What I actually love is knowledge. So it will express itself in different forms. But there are basic things like knowledge, like service that will come. That is what you actually like. So if you're an engineer today, you are not born to be an engineer. You might be born smart. You might be born to like numbers. But you are not born to be an engineer. You could have been an accountant or a medical doctor or something else. So yes, you can have more than one. Someone also asked here, what can you advise on finding shortcuts or alternatives to traditional ways of doing things? Again, ask people that have done it before. Anything that I'm doing and I feel that I am spending too much time, I try to do for people that have done it before. Our time is 2 minutes past, but I'll just try to take all the questions online. On my personal growth journey, people around me know I've changed, but labeled me as desperate. What do you think I am doing wrong? Okay, so this is one of the things you need to know. If you know you are doing right by you, and some people in your circle are complaining, you are in the wrong circle. You are definitely in the wrong circle. I even tell people in one of my teachings that one of the things you need to do, even if they are family, when I say family, brothers, sisters, parents, don't go often. Apart from family meeting, you don't need to discuss your money-making idea with them if they don't have that level of what? Awareness. Do you hate them? No. We will still sit down. If you have any function to do, we will gist. You will go to the family meeting, but you're not going to go there and discuss your ideas because they don't have that same awareness with you. They will call you names. You are not vibrating at the same level. There are levels to these things. I made an example last time that I was here. Imagine you trying to discuss how to build 70-story building with someone that have only seen 1-story building. What would they call you? They will say you are desperate. But you have seen 50-story building. You just be like, you are not on the same level of awareness. So that thing happens a lot in family. They will call you names. So make sure that you go there and you discuss with them how to build 1-story building and how to buy food in that 1-story building, how to pay for the functions or whatever burial or birthday you want to do. Limit it to that. If not, you are just going to waste your time. Let me just quickly go through the questions I have online. Does having so many interests, okay, I've answered that. Does multitasking improve or affect growth? If you multitask in your area of passion, it's easier. If you multitask in your area of what? Passion, it's easier. When you multitask in area that are not your strengths, that's why I said you need to know yourself. If I finish here now and I get home and I still have to coach someone for 3 hours, I will do it. Do you get? Why? Because it's in my area of passion. So when you multitask, that's why you need to be aware of yourself. You will know your strength. When you are working in your strength, that's how you see some pastors. You'll be like, this pastor has been in, was in night vigil yesterday, and he has done 3 services this morning. And it's not tired but me. Why? It's this passion. So whenever I am working, whenever I'm organizing events, I'm doing this, I don't like to overwork people because I know that I'm in my passion. I can talk like this to tomorrow morning and I'll still go to work tomorrow. Why? Because I'm in my passion zone. So don't go overworking yourself or multitasking if you are not working in your area of awareness, in your strength zone. How do you deal with the crisis of harmonizing what you love or think you are passionate about to what is marketable? I've expressed that if you know that you don't have a way of marketing your passion, do it as a service to start with, but you must do it. It is what keeps your blood pumping. Passion is the food for your soul. Because every day you see people that does that thing that you like to do and you're not doing it, you will just irritate yourself. And I can anchor news more than this person. Fine. Find a way of going to the streets and interviewing people. If you see online these days, a lot of young guys and girls that are making money online on social media, you can see that most times they don't even know that those things will make them money. They are just freestyling in their passion. On a normal day, your passion, you will do it well than an average person. That is it. So find a way of utilizing it. Find a way of starting, okay? I would like to stop here, and I'm sure by next month we'll go again and look at the next couple of chapters and laws. And it's a good one to read the book, 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. But you might see the principles. I will come here to teach the principle, but I will try as much as possible to break it down into simple terms and words that you know. Whenever I'm teaching books, I even prefer people to read that book ahead. In fact, you marvel a lot of times that, is it the book that you read that is explaining? But you need to read the books at least to prepare your mind for what we have. Thank you for having me today. We'll see you again next month.